because the super priority service is now no longer operational. You cannot apply under the super priority service only because of the coronavirus. They have suspended that service. So once the super priority service like starts, only then you can apply for now.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to my show, Your Legal Advisor. I'm Aminul Islam, the producer and the host of the show. I'm here today with our guest, Mr. Iqbal Singh, who is a practice solicitor. We will be discussing on current immigration updates and we'll also be answering the questions as well. So, hello, Mr. Iqbal. Good evening.
Hello, Aminul. How you doing? You okay?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Everything is going well. It's the first show of my first show of the 2021.
Yes,
Let's make it special.
yes. And not only that, today is the anniversary of this group.
Oh yeah,
So
you did tell me that. Yeah, that's great. That's,
So it's now 1 year since I created this group to help the members with their queries, helping them, and yeah, getting benefit each other.
that is
So
great. That's really great.
yeah, it's our fourth live show
Yeah,
on this Facebook group. So the last live it was with Mr. Abdul Halim Shaka, and
mm,
as you know, from this year, even the members are also aware we did some few changes on the live show. So we will be doing like one at a time with the solicitor
oh
every
yeah,
week.
yeah. That's okay. It's the way you just feel it. And we are here to always just just give our input whatever we can do to just obviously assist our viewers and just answer as many as the questions.
Oh,
And you
definitely.
choose the way where how you want it to. We are always there for you.
Thank you so much for your time. And on behalf of members as well, thank you so much for your time and support.
I mean, thank you to you as well. You have just, initiated this, bring this idea of just starting the show from where the members of the members of the group can just, come forward and just enjoy and to just, gain the information and just help themselves from, and we can even just give our services as well and assist the people who are in the crisis who are just looking for the legal advice. It's really it's not always about just investing in something. The biggest investment is always the time of somebody who just come forward and just try and just help others. So that's really important.
Definitely,
And I
definitely.
highly appreciate your idea when you started this like a live when you contacted me as well. Iqbal Deeba, I just wanted to just do this, and I still remember that day. And I was no, I was happy. I was there was like a sense to just help people out. That's really great.
Not only that, I should also say to all my members of the group and non-members as well, you and Mr. Abdul Alim Sharkar, you both have been from the beginning of this group. I
Mm.
mean, if I'm not wrong, I should say that you both were there from the foundation of this group,
Oh well.
and you both helped and supported me a lot. And yeah, without your help, I wouldn't be here. So both of you really helped, and I really appreciate both of you again
No,
for your
we will
time.
do what we can. The members can just take as much as advantage because sometimes what happens is somebody perhaps is like a financially struggling. They cannot really just go to the solicitor and just well, we're here if you are
Oh, no,
having some
definitely, yeah,
problems, and we're here to just help you out with little. We can just show you the parts what you can do, and this and that. It's always helpful. I would always stand by you, to be honest.
and also members are also getting much benefited during this lockdown. I mean,
Mm.
at least they're getting some sort of legal advice through this live show.
Yeah,
Even most members they message me personally saying, oh, this live show is helping us, I mean, to for like small problems such as like how to fill out the form, or like there are referees while submitting the IL application and the citizenship application. So
yeah.
there are, I mean, many small questions which they're really getting. benefited from this
Oh
group.
yeah, of course. It's always
So,
important to that. There are quite a lot of. The thing is, what, with the UK immigration law, it's not really as straightforward. It's really, really complex. It's got a lot of like immigration rules, appendixes, and stuff. And the thing is, it just keeps changing always. So that's really a very important thing which people just need to know. Sometimes you are just following something which does not exist
this
anymore.
is also one type of frustration. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
So
everything is
even
changing.
sometimes
So
we gotta just check. Okay, we just started this. Is that the same? We have to always just check it, and it's just we have to just keep ourselves updated with all new systems and legal requirements, and particularly now because of the Brexit has now happened. There is no such thing of the European like foundation of European regulations which prevails anymore. Everything is in accordance with the UK system now. That there are quite a lot of like changes which keep coming every day. So we are always here to just give that input, give that input to our viewers and to the members, and so they can just advantage from what is going on around in the immigration sector, and they can take advantage from that.
so how are you handling the, I mean, clients during this lockdown? I mean,
Well,
how you
well,
finding? I mean,
well, we're still
are you still seeing them like face? Is it like a face to face or
we're
like?
still operating, but we are not operating the way we used to be. It's all virtual, so we do see the clients where we can, but we are trying to avoid it these days because there's quite a lot of like coronavirus and stuff. So yeah, we're doing it, but it's more of the online system and online works. It's not the same it used to be, but yeah, well, we are where we are, so we gotta just just follow the government guidelines and stuff, and just take it from there.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, just
So
moving forward. Let's start the show, and
yeah, let's start
yeah,
the show. So we will be discussing. I mean, like as I discussed earlier. So we will be discussing on the new point-based system.
yeah,
So you can please tell our members the how does the current point-based system works
yeah.
and yeah.
I
So
think it connects to my my introduction to the show that everything just keeps changing. Everything is just becoming new and new every day, and point-based system is one of the very vital thing which is like going on, which started from 1st of January. This PBS system for the highly skilled workers. So I think that's the starting point of that's the starting point of new immigration system when the free movement from the EU's ended and the transition period ended 31st of December.
31st of December.
I
Yeah.
did quite a lot of like other coverages as well, which the viewers might have seen it. But then I take this privilege to just obviously rehearse myself on this show as well today.
Yes.
And yeah, moving forward, going to the PBS system, they introduced this PBS system where anyone in the world is going to be under the same umbrella of the UK immigration system. Before, what used to happen was because of the European free movement, they were allowed to just enter the UK at any time and just do whatever sort of job or anything. It's not the same now. Everything has changed. They have introduced this PBS system for the highly skilled workers, and for that to work, anyone who like is from overseas, maybe from European Union, maybe from non-European Union, Americas, like any continents, like Africa, or maybe Middle East, Far East, wherever you're just coming from, you have to just meet the rules, which is like a PBS system for the highly skilled workers. And in that system, what has to be achieved is like everyone has to achieve like a 70 points, which they have which they have separated it. It has they have to submit 70 points, which is like the first 20 points they have just kept is for the job offer, which is like which is non-tradable. Let me explain this. What they have done is they've divided the points in tradable points and non-tradable points. Some points you can trade with other factors. Some points you cannot. So the first the first they have divided this like a point system into like a small bits of the points. The first one is the job offer. As long as you have just got a job offer from the approved sponsor, if somebody has like, if, say for example, if somebody's an IT company, or there's this like any insurance company, or there's any other business like any organization which has got valid tier 2 license to sponsor the employees, and if they are happy to just give a job offer to anyone. If that position cannot really be filled by the residence workers, they can do so, and that would just give any applicant 10 20 points.
Okay.
So that 20 points is mandatory. There is no way around it. You can just get over it. You got to just obtain that. You got to have a job offer. That's really really important thing.
Okay.
The second thing what they have done is the next 20 points they have is the job has to be the appropriate skills. I'm going to rehearse myself here. The job offer has to be at the skilled level job. It cannot be non-skilled job.
Non-skilled job.
No?
Okay.
So it's only for. I will come to that. Why is it that? Why is it that way? They haven't introduced the the non-skilled workers. I'll come to that in the end. So it has to be at some appropriate level. It has to be like a doctors, engineer, healthcare worker, any scientist, any architect, or anyone who is like a skilled, who has just got, who will bring something to the UK. There is knowledge to the UK, and the UK can benefit from that particular person's like expertise in any field, like in the field of science, in the field of technology, in the field of like insurance, in the field of any other healthcare, in the field of biomedical science, anything which you can, if you have those kind of like skills, then they are happy to just give you 20 points.
Okay. Mr. Iqbal, let us answer this call just
Yeah.
because I'm getting pressure from the back end. So there are like few callers on the. So
That's good.
we'll come back to the discussion.
Yeah, we'll come to like this.
Hello, caller, can you hear me? Hello? 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 Caller, can you hear me? I think there is some problem with the callers.
You can do just retry. Maybe they might just try back and then just try and just take the call if you can.
Hello, caller, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I'll put back. Okay, let us go to the next caller. So hello, caller, can you hear me? No. Hello? Hello, caller?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have a question regarding
Yeah, I
the
will request
ILR.
you. I will request you if you can go to a quiet place, so that will help us to understand your question.
Baba.
Hello, caller. Caller, you there?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you, Mr. Hussain. How can we help you today?
Actually, I have a question regarding the ILR thing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, we'll just go for it. Just ask. We're here to help you.
Okay, thank you for answering the question. My wife, who is on tier 2 main applicant,
Mm-hmm.
applied for ILR
Mm-hmm.
and is pending decision.
Right.
As now today, the super priority service is open.
Mm-hmm.
I am tier 2 dependent
Mm-hmm.
and have completed 5 years with my wife.
Right.
If I use the super priority service and apply for ILR now,
Mm-hmm.
what are the chances I will get a ILR approved before hers?
So the thing is, because the super priority service is now no longer operational, you cannot apply under the super priority service only because of the coronavirus. They have suspended that service. Okay.
No, today they are, sorry to interrupt
Sorry,
you today.
I'll just stop here. So I mean, I just recently saw an update today. So they will start the super priority service again very soon.
Yeah.
Could be by next week. So this update was given today. So yeah, so Mr. Iqbal, yeah, you can continue. I'm just
Yeah, so once the super priority service like starts, only then you can apply. For now, only standard service is available, right? And in terms of your second question, because your wife is the main applicant, she has she completed 5 years on the tier two?
Yes, she already applied
She
last
already,
month.
she already applied. And when did you complete your 5 years?
I already completed 5 years and I want to apply it. I still didn't
So
applied it yet.
why did you not apply it together then?
Because initially we think that we can get the CN for hers and then I can apply it because the super priority and the priority service is not there. So
Right.
then there is a difference of couple of days
Yeah.
between us. So just applied her and now I also completed my time. So wanted to know, is it possible that if I apply
So
super
you've got two
priority?
options. Either you apply under standard service, which is available right now. Otherwise, just you may just wait for next few weeks, and as soon as this priority service just comes operational, you can then apply under that. But yes, you can apply separately whenever you're ready. And if you do want to just go with the super priority, just wait for a few weeks. Otherwise, you can apply tomorrow.
And there is, I can approve before her.
They were just to connect, like a highly likely they would connect your application with your wife's application. And
Okay.
I don't think so. Yours will be approved sooner unless it's a super priority service. I think it would be like either together or maybe she will just get it first and you will get it after if it's a standard service. It depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more question, please.
Hmm.
For example, is there any chance that I can pay the extra fee for her to make her application expedite?
There is no such means to just do that. What you can do is to just reapply under super priority service and vary this application and explain it into your revised application that you just wanted to just go have the super priority service. They will then abort that application, the one which is pending right now, and they will then deal with this, and you will get a refund for the first application you did under standard procedures.
Okay.
You cannot. There is no such thing where you can just pay extra and you can expedite it. That's not going to happen. You will have to reapply under the fast track service, and then you will have to vary your existing application with the revised application.
And
Okay,
then I have to do these biometrics again.
you're going to have to do whole thing again.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal, for
That's
answering
okay.
the question. Let us go to the next caller. So, hello, caller. Can you hear us? Hello, caller. Hello. Okay, so I think people are facing problem with the Zoom because obviously the procedure is a little bit. I mean, the process to join the Zoom is. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, can I help you?
Hello.
Hello. Hi, I've got one question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Can I ask? Yes, thank you. So literally what happened, I just submitted my ILR long residence in last week, and I booked my biometric appointment was in next month, 11th of February. But I've seen some of the posts, literally they started again super priority service.
Yeah.
I know it's not a long, like a long residence super priority service, but they resumed again some of categories super priority service. So my question is, if they do so, like in soon super priority service, and is there any way I can cancel and get the refund and get the super priority service?
So I think I answered the same question just with the previous caller.
Just the previous caller. Yeah.
What you can do is
Oh, sorry, I
you
didn't have that
that's okay.
question. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. What you can do is you cannot really do that. What you're suggesting, but what you can do is you can reapply using the super priority service. Okay, and you
Okay.
don't do not just withdraw that application, because if you do withdraw it, you're not going to get the refund for the home office fee. You're going to lose it because that's you who is withdrawing it. It's not the home office who's doing anything. You're going to lose your money. What you can do is just
Okay.
reapply using the super priority service, and then they will obviously switch your application from your previous application to the super priority application, and you are going to get the full refund of your previous application, which you applied under the standard procedures. And I think
Okay.
that's the best way. What you do, you do not withdraw it or you do not do anything to your existing application. Just reapply under product service and you will get your refund for the other one. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, one more thing. Can I do this one in the super priority now in long residence,
So
or is
I
just only
don't
for
know what
some?
kind of long residence you're applying. Have you completed 10 years legally in the UK or 20
Yes,
years?
yes. No, 10 years.
Yeah, you will be eligible for super priority service. 20 years.
No, 10 years I'm talking
10 years.
about ILR long residence.
Yeah, yeah.
I did already submit it in last week,
Yeah, that's
and I
fine.
paid the standard
Yeah,
case.
that's okay. Yes, you will be eligible for the super priority service under the circumstances you are.
So I have to just to go for through the form, or like how I'm going to do that?
You're going to have to do whole thing again.
Okay. So how much I have to pay? Like for only for super priority, or all I have to pay like
The
full
super, you will have to
amount?
pay for the whole thing. Like your whole application fee will be. You will have to repay. I think it's £800 extra for the super priority service. Whatever you pay now,
Yes.
you're going to have to pay £800 on top, and you will going to
Yes.
get a full refund of the whatever you paid for the standard service. This is how they work. There's no such thing where you can, top up the money or you do anything with that. That application is submitted.
Oh, okay.
You cannot tamper with it. But what you can do is you can reapply using the priority service, and then you will get a refund for your the application you applied under the standard service. This is how they operate. There's no such thing where you can top up the money or you can use the same ISS number, blah blah. There's no such thing. You are going to have to do the whole thing again. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. But is it gonna get refund very quick, or like is there any like a specific date I could get a refund? Or
It will not be straight away. If what you're saying, as soon as you apply, you will get a refund. I would take a few weeks, but I think once you make sure when you do apply, explain everything into your cover letter. Just give that reference number in the additional notes that this is the application you made. This is you are waiting the application because of you wanted to just go ahead with the super priority service. Explain that into the cover letter. At least the Home Office will know,
okay.
and ask for the refund into the actual application so they can process it right away as soon as they approve your application. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much for your kind. Thanks a lot.
Thank you
It's
so
really
much,
appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbaldeep.
That's okay.
There's another call already connected. Mr. Troni. Mr. Troni, can you hear us?
Yeah,
How are you doing, Mr. Troni?
good. Thanks, you guys.
Very good. Thank you so
We are
much.
doing very well. Thank you so much for watching my show.
Thank you for inviting me here as well. I have a question, if it's possible, if you can help me,
Of course,
please.
we are here to help you. How can we help you today?
Yes, I have a settlement status and everything, the residence card for 5 years. And on Friday, it's 1 year is I apply for a settlement status. But my question is, my residence card expired on March. If it's okay if I can apply for citizen now or
Sorry, your voice is breaking. I couldn't hear you properly. So you do have a settled status in the UK, is that correct?
yes.
And when did you got your settled status?
I got on January 2020.
So it's exactly 1 year now.
Yeah, 1 year now. So, but my residence card expired on March, on 23 of March.
That's okay. You can, as long as it's 1 year from your settled status, you can apply. You're probably 6 years. You can apply for British citizenship. That's you can just go ahead with it.
Ah, perfect. Thank you very much for help. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No worries. Thank you. Anything else?
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching our live.
Thank you very much. It's really massive help us. Thank you.
That's all right. No problem.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay then.
Yeah, so Mr. Iqbaldeep, let us go back to our discussion.
I think there are a few questions in the comment section of the group. I think let's just
Yeah, so let us. Oh, yeah, let us go for that as well. Yeah.
I'm just going to pick up this question of Steve Moore. I have applied for long residence 10 years, 5th of November, waiting for the results. What do you think when I can get results? Okay, if that you just only applied on 5th of November, as long as you have just gone ahead with your biometric enrollment, it takes up to 6 months. And I think it's too early for you to just write a reminder to the Home Office at this occasion. So I think the best bet is, as long as you have just done your biometrics, everything is proportioned, everything is fine. I would just wait for it. Or like I have explained into the previous two callers, if you do want it to just get a quick service, as soon as the super priority service starts, you can just vary your application and then you can switch your standard service to a super priority service. So if you want to expedite it, I think that's the only way. Otherwise, it can take up to 6 months, right? So that's the move, which is done. So I'm just going to just go to the next one. Adil move. Okay. Hello, can I apply for British naturalization with 1,000 days absence? The absence was due studying abroad.
1,000 days absence. Yeah.
Yeah, Adil, it would just depend on the circumstances. This is a really a bit of like a complex question. You would need expert advice, and you are going to have to even if you just wanted to just go ahead, you will have to explain your absences. You will have to explain. You will have a lot of explanations to do in this. So you can, if you wanted to just give it a try, you can give it a try. But you're going to have to just give a lot of explanations in this. Okay. So I'm just going to just go ahead with the other one, which is against the move. Oh. Hello. Amanu, can you hear me?
Hello, caller, can you hear us?
Hello.
Okay, let us connect to the next caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, caller, can you hear us?
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Sid. Yeah, my name is Sid. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you, but your voice is breaking. If you have just got something in the background, if you can switch that off and make sure you have to well connected with the internet, because there is a little disturbance into your voice on the, or maybe mine.
Yeah, is it better now?
It's better now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much for
the
job you're doing. Yeah, I applied for ILR, or that's 10-year route, a couple of months ago.
Right.
Yeah, the plan is that if it comes out, my wife and my son will have to apply to depend on me. But because it has taken a long time to come out, the current visa will run out in less than 2 weeks' time.
So the current visa, the current visa for your family, your son and your wife, is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's going to run out in 2 weeks' time, and the plan is that if mine had come out before now, they will have to apply to depend on me. But incidentally,
what visa they currently have?
They have tier 4 dependent. Well, my wife was the main applicant earlier, but that was on tier 4 students. Now we dependent on her. Sorry.
You said you applied for your ILR. Was you here before your wife came and you switched to her or something?
Yes, I came before her. I came in 2010, actually.
And you switched yourself to for dependent from any other category, right?
Sorry, come again, sorry.
So you were here before, and then she came to the UK, and you switched yourself to her dependent. Is that right?
Exactly. Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now you have completed 10 years, and you have already applied. Is that right?
Applied, exactly. Yeah, but as in the visa, the tier 4 visa is running out in a couple of weeks' time. That's my wife and my son.
What you can do is you can apply using FLRM form, and you just
FLR what? Sorry.
Yeah, you apply under FLRM form, or you can apply under FLRFP category. But I would just apply under FLRM form because you're expecting your ILR soon. So because in that case, your wife has to switch to yours, which is going to be FLRM application. Okay. Was your son born in the UK?
No, he wasn't born, but he joined 7 years ago.
Okay,
7 years. Yeah, 7 years, 7 months ago. Yeah.
So so you cannot make them overstay. So what you need to do is before the visa expires, you are going to have to apply under using form FLRM, and make sure they meet all the FLRM requirements, and then just explain in the cover letter that you have just got the pending application. Just give your reference number as well and explain your position. Make sure she meets all the financial requirements as well, and just put in your application. Just delay it a little bit. Just don't go for fingerprints straight away. Just make it a little. Just wait for a little bit as soon. And once your application just comes approved, you can then just go for the fingerprint as late as you can. You can just figure something out like this. But make sure you apply before their visa expires. Otherwise, they are just going to overstay. Okay.
Okay. So FLRM.
Yes.
That's fine, because what we thought earlier was that we were going to
Yeah.
like
Yes.
use.
It's a little complicated application. It's not really straightforward. Make sure you just get expert legal advice. Don't risk it yourself. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot of explanations you are going to have to do in this because of the your pending application and their status and their visas expiring. All right.
Okay, that's right. Because we thought about using him as in trying to use my son, who actually is on 7 years, who actually has spent over 7 years. I don't know whether that route is ideal. What do you think?
You can just go on that route as well, but that's not going to gain you the ILR, and that's a long process to just obtain the ILR because that would take 10 years to apply for ILR. And whereas if they become your dependents on the marriage route and the dependent route, they are just going to qualify for ILR in 5 years' time. So that's no viable option. That's possible. You can do it, but I would just go for the FLRM.
Okay. Yeah. That's
just
fine.
take legal advice properly. Just because there are quite a lot of complications in this, and then make sure you do it rightly. Okay.
I'll advise
Okay,
you
that's fine. Is it possible
I'll advise you to take legal advice before you, go for your application. So it will help you to
Okay, that's fine.
and save your money, because I would also like to add there are many members on my group. I can see on our group that without any legal advice they are applying for the application, and then it seems like they've been refused. There are some applications which are very straightforward. You don't need any legal advice, but there are also some applications where you need legal advice. End of the day, you know your history in UK.
Yeah, you're going to have to sit down properly and then explain it
Yes, yeah.
properly. It's a
So
switching application
I
where
understand.
there are quite a lot of complications.
We think we like, oh, why I want to spend that much money for legal advice. But end of the day, it's saving your time and your money as well. So caller,
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
thank you so much for
That's all right. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Iqbaldeep.
That's okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Iqbaldeep, I would like to share. It's like I went through a post on the Facebook group, and I've noticed. There is a member who applied for IL application, so it was under the 5 years spouse. So, but unfortunately, the Home Office refused his application and provided him under the Article 8, which is family and parental route,
Yeah.
which is 10 years route. So yeah, so this sort of things, I think it's best for them to take legal advice before applying. So
Yeah, sometimes it's not really as it seems like a very straightforward, but sometimes there's a lot of explanations you are going to have to do in the form of this cover letter, or maybe additional notes when you apply, and you are going to have to explain your situation well to the Home Office. This is what is happening, and the home. Sometimes what happens, you're right, but sometimes the Home Office might just not understand the situation, and they don't have sometimes the time to just look around the overall circumstances. But that's why it's always the best bet to just explain it into the form of this cover letter and explain it properly what you exactly want. And I think it entirely depends on the people what they want really.
true. Mr. Iqbaldeep, let us go back to the discussion. You were discussing about the point-based system. So
Yeah.
about the
So I was at part two of the job level, which this comes within the remit of the point-based system. It has to be at the skill levels. It cannot really be any random job or say for example someone just wanted to come and say like a cab driver or any labor job or any someone who just wants to work for fish and chips. It's not. This category is only for the skilled people, and the job has to be at the skill level. Luckily, what they have done is they have reduced the level of the RQF level from RQF 6 to RQF 3, which is equivalent to somebody who has just done their GCSEs and stuff. So they have reduced the level of the skills, but it definitely has to be a skill job. Okay. So it all depends on the SOC code and what job offer has been just given. So it's very important. Anybody who is applying under this just takes the legal advice, or whoever is the employer, they might have their in-house counsels or in-house solicitors to just just follow the rules, and that's really important. Okay, I'm just going to just go to the third bit, which is like mandatory point, which is going to be English language requirement.
English language. Yeah.
So what I'm talking about right now, these are all the mandatory points. So you cannot really trade them. You gotta have to just obtain them one way or the other. Otherwise, there's a starting point. You're going to just lose straight away. Okay. In terms of the English language test, wherever you're just coming from, either you're from Europe, either you're just coming from non-Europe countries, you have to just meet the English language requirement, and you will be granted 10 points for your English language requirement.
Okay. Is there any specific English language test they have to take, or it's like any?
It has to be Trinity or IELTS. It cannot really be any other any other job. These are the two. These are the two English required
I mean, these are the two approved English language tests.
two approved English language test providers, which you only can just take the test. It's a Trinity or International English Language Test, IELTS.
Yeah, IELTS.
Yeah, which is widely available in all the countries, and this is what you are going to have to do. Otherwise, there are a few other ways to just meet the English language requirement. It would depend on if you have just did the degree in if you have done a degree in your home country in English, you're going to have to go to UCANADIX to just claim the exemption from that. Or if you are from majority speaking English speaking countries, you can then obtain exemption for that. Or if you previously been in the UK, you have done a degree in the UK, and you return back home, you're returning back. If you have got degree which you did in the UK, you can then meet your English language requirement. There are ways out to just meet English language requirements, but it's very important. It's very mandatory requirement. You cannot really trade. You got to have 10 points for the English language requirement, one way or the other.
10 points.
Yeah. So this is like 50 points. Now the final bit is.
Yeah, we'll come to the final bit. Let us answer this call. So this caller is trying from a long time. So just one. Hello, caller, you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, caller, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
How can we help you today? Can I just take your name, please?
Okay, my name is Lola, Lola.
Okay, Lola.
Hello, Lola. How are you doing? You okay today?
Yes, I am.
How can we help you today?
I just have a question to ask you, that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Please
Yeah,
ask.
sure, you can ask your question.
Okay, so my question is, I am on the Set O Tier 2 General Visa. Like,
Sorry,
I'm trying to apply. I'm due to apply.
I do apologize, Lola. Your voice is breaking. Can you just, just move away from the TV or there's some noise in the background, or just get a better.
Okay, is it better?
It's a little better, but what visa are you on right now?
Okay, so I'm on the Tier 2 General Visa.
Okay, Tier 2 General. Okay.
Yeah. I came in with my family, so husband and kids, in January 2016.
Okay.
So we're due to apply for the ILR sometime this month, next month.
Right.
Now, when we came in 2016, my husband exceeded the 180 days rule, the 12-month thingy. So
Sorry,
now my question is,
I just cannot understand because there's quite a lot of disturbance. I do apologize. You're going to have to do something with your voice. I can't really get all the information. I do apologize. Sorry.
Okay, I'll call, but thank you.
There's too much noise on the background, and it's really difficult to. So, sorry about that. I mean, I've been saying members to.
Yeah, just a little request. If you are just make sure you have just got better internet connection taken together with. You do not have any noise in the background. Maybe someone is watching the TV, or maybe you still have their Facebook.
Callers, members, I will request you to move to a quiet place.
Yeah.
Before you make your call, so it will help us to understand your question.
Yeah. Because we don't really want you to just take it wrongly. We really need to have a proper information. But if it's not, then it's a struggle for us to just understand and just give you a right answer.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Iqbal.
I do apologize, Lola.
Let us go to the next caller. Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hello, good evening to you and to all your listeners. I got a question.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can I take your name?
Yeah, my name is Sofian.
Okay,
Sofian, how can we help you today?
Yeah, it's regarding my wife. She came over here in 2010, and she's currently on a 10-year residency settlement.
Right.
Okay.
And we would like to go ahead with the citizenship, and we're not sure what to do regarding the. I am aware that we have to do the Live in UK test, but the qualification. She's currently attending college, level 1, and she's got a previous certificate.
So you're planning to apply under 10 years lawful residence period, is that right?
No, she's already got the 10-year settlement.
She already got
Oh,
a
you've
chance.
already got a 10-year settlement, and you're looking to apply for British citizenship now, is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you are going to, but did you, when did she just got a settlement? Is that recently?
No, it was about 10 years ago. She's got the residency settlement.
No, but
And
when did she just got her ILR?
she's got it in 2010.
The indefinite leave to remain, she got it in 2010.
That is a settlement residency card, isn't it?
Yeah, but under what category she obtained a residency card?
So basically, she
Marriage. Marriage.
Okay, that makes sense now. So you could explain it properly. So when was
Yeah.
it? When was it? She just got her settlement. Like what year was it?
2010.
2010.
And yeah, after 2 years in 2012, she's got the 10-year residency card, which is going to run out now next year.
Okay, so you can apply for British citizenship. You definitely need to have a life in the UK test, and you definitely need to have an English language test. Okay.
Yeah, I see the comments on social media. A lot of people mention about a B1 certificate. I'm not sure if it's correct.
Yeah, you need to have a B1. Yes.
B1 or like anything equivalent. So
Equivalent to B1.
B1, yes.
B1 or above. It could be B1 or it could be B1 or above. Anything above B1 is fine.
Or even if you have IELTS, so that is also acceptable.
I'm sorry, what the last one was?
That is like another English language testing system. So it's called IELTS. So if you have that, that is also acceptable. But
So
yes,
that's the service provider. So either way, if you're just going to just go ahead with a test from the Trinity College or IELTS, make sure she scores equal at least B1 or above. Okay.
Okay. She's already got speaking and listening City and Guild certificate.
It would depend. This is really it depends on if she has submitted it before, or if she hasn't submitted it before, when she just qualified for ILR or this and that. It's a really complex question. Some tests you can use again into your British citizenship application, but some tests you cannot. It would depend on your immigration history. I cannot really just give you exact advice because I really need to just dig into the dates and stuff and when the policy changed. And taking that on board, you might just need a legal advice. And but yes, if you have, there are some tests which are acceptable if you just are applying for British citizenship, but it would depend if you have used those tests in your ILR application and when was that. It would all depend. It's something I cannot really just advise you over the phone, and you must take legal advice to just ascertain your situation. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal. Yeah, so I mean, basically, we require like a B1 or above B1 in order.
Yeah, so the overall thing is you definitely need to have a life in the UK test, and you definitely need to have an English language test, or some English language tests are not acceptable now, but some English tests, even though if they are not into the approved IELTS English language list, you can still use it as long as you have used that in the previous application, but that would depend when that application was made, when you were granted, or what happened there. It's all about the dates, okay? Because the policy, there are like a cutoff points where the policy changed. It all depends. So anybody who is applying for British citizenship wants to use their previous test must take legal advice to just ascertain whether or not they can use that test. Okay.
I have a question, Mr. Iqbal. Say like if someone is like graduated from a university, so for him is also like, is it mandatory for him as well, or?
Yes, It is mandatory, but because he or she has done the degree in the UK,
Yeah.
he can simply rely on that because that is equivalent to B1 automatically.
Okay, so yeah, so that was my question. So I mean, people who have graduated from this country or have an equivalent degree, they don't have to
Yeah,
provide
now
the.
if you have just got a UK degree, you
So
can
they're
rely
going
on
to be
that.
exempt. So they're going to be exempt basically from this.
Yeah. So you can simply rely on that. That's not a problem. Okay.
Thank you so much. Let us go to the comment box. There are a few comment questions, and the I'm receiving message so saying to answer this comment. Yeah. So hi.
Hello.
Yeah. So it says hi. I'm on the 5 years route, spouse dependent. Can you see that?
Yeah, Nina Madhu. I'm
Yeah.
on the 5 years route.
Yeah. I'm on this 5 years route, spouse dependent, due to apply next week. Came into England 15 January 2016. I exceeded the 180 days only in 2016, going by the January 11, 2018 rule. Will my exceeding the 180-day rule in 2016?
You can apply for ILR. That's not a problem. You just
My
go ahead,
concept.
apply for it. Don't worry.
So, yes, like Mr. Iqbal did said, Nina, you can apply for the ILR. So, yeah, and then the next comment is, yeah, please, I applied for naturalization on September last year. Home Office request me to do B1 English test. So this is the problem, Mr. Iqbal, that you see. I mean,
What's the name of the? Sorry, I just missed it. What was the name?
it's Kenneth Onyaka. So they don't provide, if they don't provide the required documents, which is required by the Home Office, and how do you expect Home Office to grant them, you know? So like this gentleman, I mean, he has not provided the B1 English language with his naturalization. So I think.
Yeah, you're going to have to apply for the naturalization in order to just approve.
No, so now so now he already applied for the naturalization, but the question is saying uh, me to do, yeah, Home Office requested me to do B1 English language test. So that's something very good. They have not refused.
Oh, okay, from this
So
one.
they have not refused. So
Right.
basically,
Yeah, that's fine. If you have applied, if you have just taken a test and you have submitted the required documents, you just don't need to worry about it because it's only about I think it's 10 weeks from 27th October till today. It's about literally 10, 11 weeks.
So I will, yeah. So I'll request Mr. Kenneth to book the B1 English language test as quickly as possible and
No,
provide
he
them.
has already submitted it. That's fair enough. If you have submitted it, what you can do, Max, is just just send them a reminder. It's only been 11 weeks, so which is like okay, fine. It depends on because it could take up to 6 months. If it's not really a 6 months, you can simply send them a soft reminder, just telling them what is going on with your application. Otherwise, you just wait. Just wait. It's not something which is really really serious. Don't worry about that. Just wait for a few weeks or maybe a few days. It would just come.
So, Mr. Iqbal, thank you so much for answering these questions. Let us go back to your discussion. So, the point-based system. So, what was the last?
There are a few other questions, Manuel, which I would want to take because my priority is to just answer all the viewers and the group
Okay,
members.
that's absolutely. Thank you
Mohsin
so much.
Yeah.
So let us go to the caller because there are. I'll go according to the caller list. So
Yeah, is there a caller there?
yeah, there are callers. There are like 15 callers. So.
Yeah.
About my last date of self-employment.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
I
we
can hear
can,
you.
yes.
Thank you so much for watching the live show. How can I help you?
Basically, I've got a question regarding my wife's ILR application, SETM it is. And I'm just filling out the form, and I've got caught out on one question, which is a little bit confusing.
Okay.
And the question is as follow. Basically, I'm applying as a joint application, me and the wife, to meet the threshold of 18,600.
Okay.
So I'm using my 2019, 2020 accounts, as well as her previous 6 months pay slips.
are you the? I have one question. Are you self-employed or you're
I'm self-employed, yes.
okay?
So what is your income from your self-employment from the past 2 years?
My last year's income is my turnover is about £14,000.
Okay,
My
and
my pro my profit is about £12,000.
okay. So what is
So
your so you can combine both of the incomes, your income and your wife's income, and you can rely on both of them as long as it's above 18,600. That should be fine. Okay, you just go ahead with that set him.
so basically I'm using my last year's self-assessment account
Yeah,
and hers. She's an employee, and we're using her 6 months pay slips.
that's okay. But this is a little complex. It's not really a straightforward because you're self-employed. Self-employment is always like not really straightforward. And plus you are just going to just combine the incomes. I would You can do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. You can rely on both incomes, combine it, and then you can just go ahead. But I would just take some just legal advice and just see where we stand rather than just doing it yourself. It's not just try and just be precise of explaining it, because when it's a self-employment there are just going to be documentation which is like more documentation is required as in contrast to if you are like employed. Plus you are.
And I will also add, an accountant also need to provide
Yeah,
the
the accountant needs to provide quite a lot of documentation.
some sort of document. So I will
Plus,
request you to take legal advice
yeah,
that will help you to
yeah.
understand what documents you need to gather, because in case of self-employed, as far I know, there are a few documents which accountant needs to provide. If those documents are not accurate, then
It would depend your
home
it
office,
would depend your self-employment, whether you are director of a company, if you are self-employed as a sole trader,
yeah,
if you are like a drawing a salary as a director. It would depend.
because
There are quite
last
a lot of like situations which requires that to be taken into account. So just I would just take a legal advice in your case. Okay.
Okay, so I was filling out the form myself, and in terms of checklists regarding self-employment, all the documents they're asking for, I've got all the documents they're asking for pretty much to prove my self-employment.
Hmm.
So my question is really and truly, because my previous spouse visa extension, I was an employee. So one of the questions on the form they're asking with regards to my self-employment, when did my last self-employment start? So it started in 2018, although I've been self-employed for the last 10 years. So what I wanted to know, in that box, do I just put the last time I started my self-employment, basically?
Just give for your last year for us to just be on a safe side. Just give another to just whenever you started from ever since 2018. Just give like just previous to previous year as well. So just make sure that's all right. Okay.
thank you so much,
Okay.
Ibadat. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
that.
much for calling us, and you must take some legal advice because that's not straightforward what you are just saying. Okay, you definitely need to somebody has to assess your documentations and your financial circumstances and just make it right. Okay.
So
Thank you.
Iqbal, we are now approaching to the end of our live show. So I'll take one last comment from the comment box.
Yes, you can.
This
Yeah.
is, somehow we missed it. It says it's from Maha Chatila. So yeah, so Maha's question is, I will hit 10 years in the UK by June 2021, but I was on a tourist visa when applied for settlement. Uh, yeah, when applied for settlement, been on 10 years route, will I be allowed to apply for indefinite? Yeah, will I be allowed to apply for indefinite? Shall I count 10 years after our first 30 months leave to remain?
I mean,
So
it depends. It would depend on when you were granted your settlement status. I mean, if you were granted after June or something, there was this cutoff point. I mean, it's difficult to from the question you have asked. It would depend. Normally, you have to just complete 10 years if you were granted like leave to remain on after a certain time, which is like a July 2012 when the rules changed. Or it was either it was before that or it was after that. It would depend. So, I mean, I'm not really sure from discussion when you were actually granted ILR. Sorry, when you were actually granted leave to remain in the UK.
Yes,
There are a few dates which I would need to just precisely answer your question.
yeah, I'll request Maha to provide all this information. Maha is best, I mean, if you provide all this information and post it in the group, our legal advisors are there, Iqbal Singh and Mr. Abdul Halim Sarkar. And there's also a few other legal advisors as well on the group. They are there to help you. So I understand, I mean, it will help you if you ask this question while we run our live show. But we are also happy to answer your question if you post it in the group with all the details. So yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Iqbaldeep. Uh, shall we take one last call?
Yeah, sure, we can. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. Yeah,
How can we
Yeah,
help
can
you
you hear
today?
us?
hello. Yeah, I've got two questions, please.
Yes, if you can please. Yeah.
My mom, we applied request access in August.
What did you apply?
Subject access request for information from Home Office.
Okay, you applied for subject access request. Okay, and when did you apply it?
In August.
August. Now you should have just got it by now.
Yeah.
What return address did you give to them?
I give my address and everything, but I haven't got it yet.
No, but can I just ask you what return address did you give? Did you apply to a solicitor? Or did you apply to yourself?
I applied to Immigration Center help.
Okay, so it would depend on kind of like what was the return address. If you did apply it in August, you must have received it by now. But it would depend on what application on the application itself form. What was the return address you just gave for yourself? On that address, they might have sent it, or if there was an email which you provided, they might just send you, this with the access request by email as well. So it depends. Just check your application form. What information was provided in terms of the email address, or telephone number. Otherwise, there is this particular email address which you can send them an email and chase them, or send them a written reminder. Okay. But it shouldn't.
Okay. And another question.
It shouldn't take that long. Something is not right. Okay, so make sure you just get it right this time.
Because they said 40, it won't be more than 45 days, so it's more than 45 days now.
Yeah, if it's more than 40 days, you can send them a reminder. There's a particular email address which you can use and send them a reminder. Otherwise, simply write to them by post.
Yeah.
They have just got their headquarters in Croydon. That's 40 Wellesley Road, CR92BY. That's Croydon. You can write to them. I think that's Luna House. I don't remember the building. I don't remember the floor number, but definitely 40 Wellesley Road is the address where the subject access request is processed. You can send a quick reminder to them.
Oh, okay, then I'll do that. Thank you very much. Another question.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
My mom is sponsored as a
I do apologize. It's already 7:58. We are going to have to terminate the show at 8 o'clock, so we do not have much time left on us. Thank you very much for your calls. We are going to have. Okay.
I will also request you.
Make sure you just call us next time, and we will answer any other questions you have. But we are running out of time.
Okay, they will do. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. If you post your question into the group, you will it will help you as well. So I will request everyone. If you have questions, I mean, please post it in our group. There are members and legal advisors who will answer your question. And thank you so much for watching our live show. Thank you, Mr. Iqbaldeep, for coming and joining the live. We tried our best to answer all the questions to the members.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for watching my show. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. You can also watch this live again.
Before we end the show, I would just wish you happy birthday to the group. It was completely 1 year today.
Yes, it is. It is completely 1 year. So
thank you so much, Emmanuel, for all your help till so far. To all the all the members, and what have you done so far. I greatly appreciate your services, and I know your family is involved with us to just obviously just keep it on board. Thank you so much for all your just whatever you've done so far.
You're welcome, Mr. Iqbal Singh. And members, we will be live every Tuesday. Due to certain problems, sometimes we do not continue live on every Tuesday. So yeah, please stay with us.
Please keep tuned and just follow us, and hopefully next time whenever we're live, we're just trying to answer all your questions. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal.
Thank you.